Welcome to the N-Wheel Time Car Talk Show. Former car dealer Dom Genova, who refused to play the industry sales game.
What?
He's going to be our guest. Plus, Jeff has a story about the four-door Ford Mustang.
Yeah.
Didn't we do a Chevy Camaro four-door?
You kind of inspired that. You talked about it when we were doing the Camaro segment. You said, does a Mustang have it? So we'll look into it, and here we go.
Here you go. Mars has this week's driving destinations. Howdy. Along with Mike Out of This World Mars, we always need more Jeff Zekin. Chief Engineer David Ainsley, I'm Don Armstrong. Thank you, and we appreciate you joining us for our live show here on Saturday morning. All right. I am absolutely enthralled by the subject matter, and from what I read, this guy here is supposed to be he's smiling.
Oh, yeah. We're going to have some fun, boys. We
Yes.
are going to have some fun.
Oh God, I can barely wait. I read the bio. I get it. I got it. And so this is called Spill the Beans.
That's right.
And with Dom Genova. Now he's a former dealer. And so where was the dealership? What did you sell?
Well, let me tell you the story.
Please.
I worked for Chrysler for 17 years at the factory as a factory rep calling on dealers. So I called on like 450 dealers in my career.
Yeah.
Now, when you're working for the company, it's a bureaucracy. Your progress is going to be on how much you kiss your boss's butt. And if you have an innovative idea, it's like not the way he got ahead, so he's not going to listen to it. So my wife and I decided to take our ball and go home. We started a dealership in upstate New York after quitting Chrysler after 17 years. I had $80,000. We moved into a building with no power, no water. We were going across the street to the Ford dealership to take a poop, for God's sakes. Okay.
We usually do that here, too. We poop on a lot of Fords.
Well, hopefully not on air. But the thing is that I went from 6 to 8 people when we started the dealership. I can show you the photographs at some time, to having 85 people working for me, selling $80 million worth of stuff a year.
Wow.
It was all because of our philosophy. Our philosophy was treating people like it's an orchard. Okay, so you have an orchard of trees. It can give you apples every year, or you could cut it down and make firewood out of it. And after listening to all of these people that I called on as dealers and how they operated, and listening to the public, well, it's amazing. 87% of the people that go shopping for a car don't like buying a car. And then 24% of them would rather have a root canal. You'd rather have a root canal.
You're right.
One day, my web guy one day shows me a picture of what he wants my website to look like, and it's some dentist in the guy's mouth. And no, we're not doing that, okay? So I started advertising real price and real payment, which I always thought was the way to go. You eliminate the finance manager's bullshit stuff, okay? He says there's some good stuff. That's the difference if you're loading the payment or not, and we started advertising real price and real payment. Now that morphed into your no-nonsense car dealer. And I've made a lot of money by being upfront. Now, I want you to ask you a question. Think of the best hamburger you ever had, okay?
Yeah.
Right? Was it McDonald's?
No.
Of course not. Of course not. Because McDonald's, they treat you well. They don't do price. They don't do price fixing. They don't do bait and switch. If you want to get a hamburger, they never say, well, we're out of hamburgers now. You have to buy a Big Mac, right? Like car dealers do. You put one car in the paper that you're going to sell at that price. And when somebody comes in to buy the damn thing, you say it was sold to your brother-in-law last week. I mean, all these tricks I put into a book because I want to help some people not get screwed. Because I made a very good life out of myself. Out of my career, we sold the dealerships, 2 dealerships it was by then, on March 5th of 2020, which is a week before the COVID shutdown. So God
Timing is everything.
Yeah.
took care of me. So I have a website, most naturally. I have my own radio show here in Rochester. Now you're in Texas, so you must know a lot of people from Rochester. Because
tons.
all
Yeah,
moving-
absolutely.
We know you.
They're all moving to Texas. Okay.
Right.
And the book goes over everything that you don't know that I know that I can teach you. And that's what it is, because people love cars. They don't like buying cars. I love cars. I mean, I have two cars that I really love. I have a 2011 Mustang, Shelby Mustang convertible. Okay, it's white with a red interior.
Nice.
And I love that car. Yeah, I said to my daughter, I said, I know it looks like a midlife crisis. She goes, no. She goes, it's more like a 3/4 life crisis, Dad.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. I'll just will the car to your sister. Okay, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
So that's in short. I mean, if you want to get into some specifics, or you want me to go in any other direction, that's my story.
Here's the one thing that comes
short.
to mind is that the federal government has now stepped in and said, hey, look, you guys, these car dealers, you're going to advertise a car. You got to advertise it for the price of the car and not some add-on stuff that you've added on. And they're clamping down on it, and they're fining dealers.
Well, I worded it to actually, I had a conversation with the New York State Attorney General. I happened to be at a meeting and she was there. And I said, here's the analogy, okay, is that we all do 70 and a 65, right? I mean,
Right.
we all do that. But there's some people that are driving drunk, or they are going 150 and they need to be caught. So that's what I'm trying to do. The dealer who exaggerates a little bit, we all say the cars are great. I mean, who says, hey, that car over there, that's really a piece of crap. I wouldn't buy that. I mean, I got to move the car. Okay.
Yeah.
So you maybe discount the car or whatever, but you can't throw away cars. All right. So
Correct.
Not all of them are great. So you're going to exaggerate a little bit and whatever. That's just life. Okay. But the guys that I've seen, I mean, look at this. I have in my book a fella who advertised a Jeep Grand Cherokee for $299. Says your payment is $299. You know what it was in the small print? You're never going to guess this.
How much down?
It was
how much down?
No, every other week.
Every in the small print every other week.
Every other week. So the payment was really $598. Okay, now think about this. Me as a car dealer, this guy is fishing upstream with a net. I don't see these people at all. All right. So I go over that. The thing about rebates, all rebates apply. You can't get all rebates. I mean, there's a system in there. There's the Foursquare system where they teach, they try to catch you on a number of different things and whatever. And I go through the psychology. I also go through stories about being a car dealer, like my naked parts manager.
Naked parts manager.
Oh yeah.
Right up Don's alley.
Yeah. He was up in parts bin number 165, sending pictures of himself to our customers. Yep. Little koala bear looking guy, and he didn't just shave his face. So,
well, he was sending them every other week.
So this story,
oh my God.
There's a quiz in there. I try to make it lighthearted. Here, I'll hold up a copy of my book. There we go.
There you go.
This is like my high school graduation picture. You see that?
Yeah, taken for a ride. Don't be taken for a ride.
I don't look as well. I don't look that good. And actually, when I give my lectures, I say that. This proves that everybody exaggerates. Look at that.
There you go.
Well, I noticed that you're wearing a hat. That's a good thing.
Yeah.
My Jeep hat.
Jeep hat, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm driving a 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee with 90,000 miles on it. I could drive anything I want, but I'm driving that car. You know what I like about the car?
Tell me.
Freaking knobs. It's got knobs in it.
Knobs in it.
Exactly.
Knobs in
that.
it.
Yeah.
It doesn't have a Sony television in it with the things. It's knobs. I want to get air conditioning. It's
funny you should say that, because I'm currently driving a car that doesn't have any knobs.
Mm-hmm.
And the only way that I can raise and lower the volume on the radio is on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. Mm-hmm. So not even my front passenger can lower and raise the radio. Mm-hmm. I don't understand who was thinking this out. There's no volume knob on the screen that somehow contains the radio, and I can't go from AM to FM. I haven't figured it out, and it's the same manufacturer that I've complained about their radio and infotainment system all these years, and nothing has changed.
And I know which one he's talking about. I've got a question. You were a factory rep for Chrysler.
Yeah.
What made you go with the Chrysler brand as a dealership with all the other brands out there? Was it just because you were married to it, or
No. They really now, because you're a factory rep. I had, God rest his soul, I had a regional manager said, if one of my guys wants to go retail, I'm going to help him. So I took $80,000 out of my pocket. They lent me $215,000. Okay, it was a little dealership in upstate New York. And I'm looking at it. I have an MBA in marketing. I'm looking at this. Holy cow, the potential of this thing is really much more than the stated potential would be, because their stated potential goes on the town that you live in. But if you look at the highway, there's a 30,000 car a day highway that's going through one way and 10,000 the other. And you look at this, you go, yeah, that'll do. Yeah, we started selling cars like hotcakes. And the other thing is we had a competitive advantage. Most of the dealers, the problem really is, you have to excuse me for going so long or talking so much.
You're fine.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. The big problem with the car dealers, with the car system all told, the sales system, is that all the new dealers are buying their cars from the factory for the same price. There is no volume discount. So if there's no volume discount, I got to come up with some competitive advantage. Okay. So, 10 sales, this sales, repo sales. I can never understand like a repo sale. I mean, isn't that like going to Match.com and actually looking for somebody who's been in state prison? I mean,
yes.
So what's wrong with that?
Yeah.
Or a 10 sale. If moving my cars 2 miles down the road made them cheaper, and a 10 sale, if I moved them to Schenectady, they'd be half price, right? I don't understand. I mean, so there's all this nonsense, and I'm the no nonsense car dealer. So after a while, people would come in and buy cars from me, and then their kids would buy cars, and then the grandkids would buy cars. And God rest his soul, there was a weathercaster here in Rochester. He passed away young, but he said, I buy my cars from Dom because at least I know I'm not getting screwed.
Little did he know. Yeah.
So, hey, by the way, automotive history, God drove a Chrysler product.
Really?
Yeah, it's right in the Bible. He drove Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden in a fury.
Good one. I like it.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to talk about the book,
good.
because the book it's thin enough that I feel like I could actually get to the end of the book once I start reading it. So when did you write it, and where can we buy it?
Well, you can get it on Amazon. I think the bookstores can carry it, but it's on Amazon now. Now it's like $20, but I mean, I'm going to save you hundreds, if not thousands, believe it or not. Or I'm going to save you your sanity, so you're going to have less therapy later in your life. But the thing is that the digital edition is like $3-4 or something like that. I'm just trying to save people. It is not just an instruction manual. I have stories in there. Like I was almost fired at Chrysler when I was a young trainee for unwrapping cheese balls. I lead with that. Yes, unwrapping cheese balls. I was sent to set up a hospitality suite, and the cheese balls, the ones that are about the size of a softball. Okay, yep. I unwrapped them, and my boss got really, really mad at me. Yeah. For unwrapping cheese
Interesting.
balls.
Well, I mean, that's not any worse than the guy that goes to buy a cookie at the vending machine over at Ford and gets fired because somebody didn't say, yeah, he did pay for that. He had to prove it. And then they offered him his job back, and he said, it's okay. I'm making more money where I am now. Yeah.
Oh, I can tell you, if you have time, I'll tell you a story about working at Chrysler. And if you're if you're staff, now after being a roadman, you get to be staff, which means you're in an office and whatever. And when they came out with a rebate, you had to call dealers and find out what the dealers felt about the rebate, and write the little story, and it goes back to Detroit and whatever. So I did this once as a vignette, and it was a guy by the name of Scott Rhodes, who was in Columbia, South Carolina, Chrysler Plymouth guy. He goes, well, I don't like the program all that much. You didn't do this, and you didn't do that, and you did this other thing. I said, so I write that down. I give it to my boss. Looks at that. He goes, oh, you can't put that down. I go, why? That's what he said. He goes, wow, that's a negative. I go, yeah, but that's what he said. He goes, well, go get somebody else. I says, so you really don't want to know. This is like asking your wife how you were last night in bed, but you really don't want to know, right? I mean, so that's crap.
Lie to me.
Yeah. It's like, why am I doing this? And that's one of the frustrations I had. Plus, when you work for a big company, if you have an innovative idea, that's not going to get you ahead. Here in Rochester, I mean, think about it. We had Kodak, and Kodak thought their product was pictures on pieces of paper. It is not. It was digital. It was imaging. And they couldn't, and eventually they went bankrupt because they didn't understand what their product was. My product for my dealerships, I felt, was handling your personal transportation needs. Now, sometimes I had to send you someplace else because we didn't make what you wanted. Sometimes we had to pick you up at the airport or so. Whatever it was, we just took care of people, and that's truly what made us as successful. I mean, they paid me like the dealership I sold, the dealership, they paid me a lot of money, so I don't have to worry about anything. It's
so
great.
What are you doing today other than writing books?
Well,
other than the radio show.
Well, I got the books, I got the radio show, I got the website, Don't Be Taken. I invented a town. Do you remember Lake Wobegon? Do you remember?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. I actually had a conversation with Garrison Keeler because I had invented a town, and the town is called Middle Finger Lake.
Yeah.
So yeah, we up here in upstate New York, we have the Middle Finger Lake. So this is the story of the Middle Finger Lake, Middle Finger Lakeans, and it's where life is perfect, but could always be better. And then I invented another organization here in which is the we have the Bills Mafia, the Buffalo Bills Mafia. So I have the Rochester Music Mafia. And then with a woman who used to be the dean of the School of Business at the Rochester Institute of Technology, I'm writing a book. It's like the 3-day MBA, we call it. That's the working title. The stuff that you learn in college that you need to learn, and the stuff that you can't learn in college at all, but you'll learn later on. I'll give you my 7% rule. Okay, you can take this to the bank because I have people that talk about the percent all the time, but they don't argue with the concept. That when I was in my old wooden building back in 1994, I'm worried about making everybody happy. It's just bother. And it finally dawned on me where I wouldn't lose any sleep. And I'll clean up the language for your show. 7% of the people in the world are either nuts. Yeah, I mean they're nuts, or they're mean. Now, 7%, you can't do anything with them. The people that think that the world is flat, you can't do anything with those people. The people that were beaten as children and they just want to beat you up, you can't do anything with those people. Forget about that. Spend the time with the 93%.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
For Rochester, love your carburetors. Really do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. It is a big, we have a lot of GM people around here. I've Rochester carburetors. That's exactly right. I remember the day.
So Dom, how can... We need to be in touch with you a lot more.
Oh, I would love to.
You've opened a can of worms here.
Well, and like I said, it's humorous. I have some really good information for you. I actually give you the tactics that you need to use when you're talking to a dealer, because I mean, think about this: faking a pass in football is not illegal. Okay,
yeah.
It's not illegal. I teach you how to fake the pass. It's just playing the game. And the whole deal is, it's not that the cards are stacked against you. You don't even know what the game is.
What website do you have?
www.don'tbetaken.com.
Don't Be Taken.
Don't be taken. I have don'tbetaken.com. We're making a series of books. This is the first book, because I have a guy on that wrote a book about how your computer's taking advantage of you. That's another good one. So
and you've got us now. We're hooked.
Oh God, I love you guys. You guys are car guys.
We are.
And
You
we're
guys
about to
are
take
driving.
advantage of you.
Yeah, we're about to take advantage of you. Dom, we're out of time, but thanks so much for joining us today.
Oh,
We'll be in
thank you,
touch with
too.
you. Don't go
Yeah,
too
please
far.
do.
All right,
Okay.
take care.
Don'tBeTaken.com.
You got it.
Got
Hey,
it.
just
Thank
ahead,
you.
Jeff's Car Culture, the four-door Mustang coming to showrooms, and Mars has his driving destinations when the In-Wheel Time Car Talk Show continues after this break. The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Loopy Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Loopy Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Loopy Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Loopy Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Loopy experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Loopy beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Loopy Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Loopy Tortilla. Eats pretty good. Apple or Android, In-Wheel Time podcast can be found everywhere, on the stream and through downloads. Whether you're on the road or at home and searching for a fun car talk show, give In-Wheel Time a try. Honest new car reviews, fun, informative interviews with real car people, weekly automotive news, features like Jeff's Car Culture, Mike's Driving Destinations, all on In-Wheel Time. Check us out on SiriusXM Podcasts, iHeartRadio, or while you're shopping on Amazon through Amazon Music. InWheelTime.com has a list, so check us out. You to join us 10 to noon Central Time Saturdays for our live show about all things automotive. It's a fun ride and available on many podcast sources as well. Grab one, anyone that piques your interest. Time now for Jeff's Car Culture. Four-door Mustangs. Is it a station wagon?
I don't know, but we talked about the Camaro last week when we did the feature there, and you had mentioned, hey, is a Mustang coming out? Well, here we go. So the number 4 might be Ford's new favorite number. At the dealership last week, Ford showed, at a dealer event last week, Ford showed an early prototype of the Mustang sedan with 4 doors. Hit 60 miles an hour in under 4 seconds. It cost under $40,000, according to the reports of the Wall Street Journal they reported to. Though the name hasn't been confirmed, Ford reportedly calling it the Mach 4, which would align with the trademark filed in 2025. Oh, God. The Mustang's current lineup is fairly robust with 3 engine options and the choice of a manual or automatic transmission in most trims. However, the Mustang only comes in a 2-door setup. Its biggest competitor, the Dodge Charger, is offered as a 2 or 4-door model, though it offers fewer engine options and does not come with a stick shift, so poo-poo. Ford hasn't sold a sedan since it discontinued the Fusion after the 2020 model year. Since then, the company has focused on the SUVs and trucks, according to the CEO, Jim Farley. He hinted that bringing back sedans for a while back in June. He talked about it before. The current president, Andrew Flick, president of the Ford Blue and Model E, said the sedan revival was possible. Frick said a sedan would make the most sense and fit with the existing model, adding that they would consider expanding the Mustang family in the future. It looks like the future may be closer than anticipated, though there's still plenty of time for the project to get scrapped or altered. The reports say that the sedan is expected to go on sale in 2029. 2 sources said that the sedan would feature a hybrid powertrain, and one mentioned a hybrid V8 engine. Attendees at the dealer event said that the prototype was roughly the same size and shape as the Porsche Panamera. Oh, that's a little bit longer vehicle. And executives reportedly said it would have more rear legroom than the Panamera. The Mustang has been continuous production since it launched in 1964. We all know that, making it the longest-running muscle car in production. Its closest competitor, the Chevrolet Camaro, has been discontinued, while the Dodge Challenger was also killed off, essentially replacing by the 2-door Charger. Chevrolet, however, is reportedly reviving the Camaro. We talked about that as a 4-door, which was rumored to go on sale in 29, so they're all kind of being competitive in the years of release. The Mustang expected release date would put it either ahead or in line with Chevy's debut. The sub $40,000 starting price would put it on more of a affordable side of the Mustang lineup with a V8 horsepower. They would likely be priced closer and in line with the V8 powered Mustang GT, which starts at just under $50K, and the current Mustang's trim level lineup. Powertrain menu could mirror the Mustang, including the turbocharged 2.3-liter EcoBoost 4-cylinder and the naturally aspirated 5-liter Coyote V8, with room for a high-output version. Oh, yeah, tub it. The bigger draw is the V8, which would be paired with the manual gearbox and genuine selling point for the enthusiasts of that vehicle. Ford is not committed to a debut date for the Mach 4, but production should start sometime between 28 and 29. With any luck, the company would give us something to chew on, early teasers and spy shots. That's all going to be available as they're released. So there you go. Who's next? That's what I got to say.
Exactly. All right, time now for Mars Driving Destinations, and it's titled Summer.
Trying to make everybody's trying to make sure summer lasts a little bit longer because
it's still summer, but the school's back, and that's screwed everything up.
Exactly. So you got to kind of look for something that's going to kind of extend the summer feeling that's going on. And one of those things is the Armand, if I'm saying that correctly, Bayou Nature Center down in Pasadena. Now the idea
that's pass a get down, Dina, to everybody else.
Exactly. Now this one. Again, this is Pasadena. It's basically all part of the Houston Metroplex. So you're getting out without getting out. And because there's plenty of wetlands down here, there's some prairie, there's forests along the bayou. Families can hike the trails. You can look for wildlife, birds. Got some educational programs that you can actually get involved with. And it gives a good contrast to going to an amusement park or video games or whatever else on a weekend. And but the only thing you got to do is be sure to bring some water and some insect repellent. This time of year, it's plenty hot out there and humid, and there's lots of little insects around there. The second one, everybody's heard about it, but I don't think about it very often, and that's the Houston Space Center down in Clear Lake.
Yep.
Now, the kids you can take the kids down here, and there's a lot of interactive things for the whole family, actually. And it gives the kids and the adults something that they can do to get involved with, see the spacecraft, the astronaut history, a lot of hands-on visits, and the tram the tour that takes you around. So you can kind of get the kids involved and start getting excited maybe about going back to school, about learning some things. At the same time, get to go down and explore some of the things in the science world that's history making, actually.
Yeah, real quick, Mike, while Kathy and I were there not very long ago, and those trams, there's different levels. You can tour different things of the complex or the compound with different trams. They go different directions. But yes, kid-oriented, kid-friendly. I was even impressed. I tried to join the astronaut team, and they told me no.
Well, I think it was probably because of the glasses, I guess.
I wasn't tall enough or something,
Yeah, something like that. I haven't been there in years, and after I looked at this, I thought, this would be pretty cool to go back to.
You should do it.
The next one would be the Baytown Family Adventure. Now, this is actually a place to go exploring for the kids to get involved in exploring because it's a geo tour across the wetlands. And it's down in Baytown. It's a little bit further away maybe for some people. But you can go in here and they've got the Wetland Center, which is actually the Eddie V. Gray Wetland Center, where you can see the wildlife and you can kind of get involved and learn some more about the Baytown Nature Center from there. And the history, the nature, and the actual going out and exploring things is what gets you involved in all this. And so it becomes part of a destination that you can go to and be involved in that destination. Again, learning, trying to get the kids back to school, but it's a family event, family fun event. Then we're going to buzz up to Lake Conroe. You want to go out on the lake? There you go. It beats going to the beach sometimes where you go get into the sand. But let's suppose you don't have a boat. You can actually go to Lake Conroe and go up there for the day. And there are facilities up there that you can rent a boat. You can rent the water gear to go out play on.
God help us all.
Exactly. So the family can go up there, go boating. They've got camping up there. Of course, around the edge of it, you've got a lot of restaurants and things. But again, it's basically boating, tubing, fishing, and swimming for the family. And again, if you don't have a boat or don't want to haul your boat, take it. Then the last one we wanted was Columbus. Columbus is a couple hours away from Houston. And it's a place you go through. I always go through there going wherever we're going. But there's a lot of things there, including the Colorado River runs through there. So there's parks, there's museums, a few quirky attractions to get around downtown. And you can actually spend the day there, basically like a little small Fredericksburg or someplace that's not quite as crowded, not quite as so many people, but there's plenty of things to go and see and spend the day here without going off into another part of the world that takes you all day just to get there. So that's just a few things you might could do to kind of extend the feeling that you're still in the summer vacation without going too far.
All good stuff. I like the NASA one.
All right, thank you, sir. In Real Time Car Talk continues after this quick break.
The Tex-Mex dining experience is defined by Lupi Tortilla, your destination for Texas's best beef fajitas and frozen margaritas. Since 1983, Lupi Tortilla has served authentic and time-tested recipes made with the freshest ingredients. Atmosphere is part of the award-winning experience at Lupi Tortilla, all developed in a little house near Highway 6 and I-10 in Houston. Visit any of the Lupi Tortillas and you'll see the same attention to detail in each and every location. Start your Lupi experience with queso flammeado and guacamole, along with a classic frozen margarita. Dine on famous Lupi beef and chicken fajitas or pepper shrimp brochette, or a fish or vegetarian entree, and finish with a scrumptious flan for dessert. Find Lupi Tortilla in Houston, College Station, Beaumont, Austin, San Antonio, and Dallas-Fort Worth. There's a Texas location near you. The recipes are authentic and time-tested. The ingredients always fresh. Lupi Tortilla. Eats pretty good. The In Real Time Car Talk Show thanks you for 15 wonderful years. Yep, our first show aired May 7th, 2011 on a local radio station. Then it was a move to the digital world and social media, and you followed. Thank you. We continue to build and grow our fan base, and it's all because of you and your auto enthusiast friends. We appreciate your support. It's always great to see you at our remote broadcast, too, and we hope you'll continue to stop by and say hello. It's been a great ride, and we hope to bring you more fun and adventure right here on the In Real Time Car Talk Show.
That's it for this podcast episode of the In Real Time Car Show. I'm Don Armstrong, inviting you to join us for our live show every Saturday morning on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and our InRealTime.com website. Podcasts are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Stitcher, iHeart Podcast, Podcast Addict, TuneIn, Pandora, and Amazon Music. Keep listening, and we'll see you soon.